Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. All right, the Lakers are down at the half, 63-58, and the San Antonio Spurs, on another entirely different plane of life, have won their game against the Denver Nuggets, which means that if the Lakers don't somehow come back and win this game, they will be mathematically eliminated from the play-in tournament situation. So, yeah, Phoenix is up. And that is that. The Lakers have had to lead them good portion of the game. I mean, it wasn't a massive lead or anything, but it's been a very close game. I think the Lakers are, you're seeing the effects of having Anthony Davis on the floor, giving us that rim protection effect that we haven't had all season long, and it's really helping a lot. I've liked what I've seen from guys like Austin Reeves, who's finally getting some minutes out there. DJ Augustine was keeping the ball popping around a lot. I loved what I saw there aggressively from him. Russell Westbrook missed a few shots, but he's been very aggressive, getting some scoring in there. You see a lot of Avery Bradley running around, THT, Carmelo Anthony. Those guys are out there doing their thing, trying to keep us alive, man. And it's rough because you're going up against a Phoenix Suns team who pretty much started everybody. I thought they were going to at least rest a few players. They're fully healthy. Like, they brought out everybody that in the uniform playing tonight. And I think they're just kind of coasting. I don't think they're really playing that hard. They're not particularly playing that great. Devin Booker did some things to pop early in the game, but they're kind of just trotting him out there. He didn't do a whole lot of dominating in terms of minutes. They're just coasting. They know they're playing against a team that's not really that great. I mean, obviously they got to deal with AD, but it ain't a whole lot they have to do. Mikal Bridges' number was called a lot. He's playing very well in transition, particularly. I'll tell you what stood out. There's a lot of trick shots. It looked like a horse game to start that game. It was like a lot of trick layups. You're going to see at least 3 or 4 made layups by both teams that were highlights in that first half. Mikal had one. Austin Reeves had another. I think Booker had one. Just a lot of up and unders, twirls, and stuff like that. So I thought that stood out big time in this game. And the foul calling, my God, that first half was forever, y'all. The referees were very much in control of that. That first half, they were whistling everything, particularly in that first quarter, just over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So that half felt like it drug out for a very long time. I hope the second half moves a little faster and smoother. We're having trouble against them with their size. Of course, Ayton and Biyombo, and McGee, excuse me. I didn't see too much Biyombo, but McGee and Ayton were really doing good things. Chris Paul's kind of coasting. I don't know. I haven't looked at the numbers, but it doesn't seem like he's doing too much. At any given time, to be honest with you, I just feel like the Suns could just push us out of here. Like, they don't have – they're playing with their food is what I'd say about this team. It reminds me of how the old San Antonio Spurs used to play against really everybody back in the day, back in the Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Parker era, even before Kawhi got there. I'm talking about early days. They would kind of have close games with you, kind of toy with their food, coast a little bit, play their bench a little more than normal. And in the fourth quarter, they just squeeze you to death. It's like a snake. It wraps you around, gets a good tight squeeze around you, and eventually devours you. That's what I feel like is happening to us right now. Even though the game is close, even though we've had the lead, I don't actually feel like we're actually in this game. I don't. It's just one of those games where it's just like, at any given point, they could flip the switch and just blow us out. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. And hopefully it doesn't. The Lakers are in a position where they have to win the game. And Bron didn't go. I didn't make a video telling you guys that, but Bron decided not to give it a go. And the team is just trying to do the best they can to keep it going. It's funny because I looked over at the score. The San Antonio Spurs had won their game, and as that became finalized, you started seeing our lead disappear and starting to see us go down. I think it was one of those things where it's like, as soon as that score was finalized, the Lakers were up by 2, and then after that, it just ended up going down by 9. So it's like, I don't know if that information got to the Lakers or what, or if that was just coincidence, but that's kind of how that went. So that's it. This is a winner, go home. This is a do-or-die situation. The Lakers are officially playing a play-in game right before our very eyes, and they have to win it. We'll see what happens, man. The first half was long, but it was entertaining and it kept us hopeful. You know, we're still within 5 points of keeping our hopes alive. I think the one thing I can say is I do enjoy seeing Anthony Davis out there. You could see the dynamic between him and Austin Reeves. If they would have had that together all year long, I'm pretty sure we would see some fantastic plays out of those two, because they seem to have good synergy. I haven't seen Wenyen Gabriel, which pisses me off. I understand that he gets in foul trouble, but I just don't see a more valuable piece that we can develop and really turn into something on this roster. I don't think there is one. When you consider his length, his size, his ability to shoot the three, his energy, his ability to just play defense and offense. I know he's raw. I know he's not crazy gifted, but he's the kind of guy that if you just play him the minutes you need to play him as a role player over the next 2-3 years, and really invest in him as a role player, don't get mad at him for not turning into something greater than that. If you just invest in him properly, he can be a valuable role player for us for years. Because there's never going to be a time, there's never going to be a roster that we create where we're not going to need what it is that he brings to the table in length, size, ability. You need Wenyen Gabriels, and you can never have too many of them either. If you look at Toronto, their entire team is made up of guys like that. You want those guys. Develop him, play him, please. I can't tell you how frustrating it is, and I'm just glad that most fans see it the way I do as I listen to people. How frustrating it is to watch this team squander opportunities to develop young talent in a time where you really need assets. I just can't tell you how much of a pain it is to watch that. So as I continue to see Avery Bradley and Carmelo Anthony eat up minutes that should be given to Wenyen Gabriel and Austin Reeves, I just further lose my hope for this team getting it together and not making us go through more hard times in the future, because they just can't seem to get it right. Not even when when the options are slim. When there's only 2 ways to go, they're always going to choose the wrong one. And that's just how I feel about the front office. Now that's how I feel about this coach. So hopefully after we lose this game, which I expect to do, Genie won't wait at all, and we'll just fire him for making it so that we miss the playoffs. With LeBron James rostered on our team, I don't care if you got nobody else. LeBron James and a decent coach should be able to make the playoffs. And we've fallen flat if we don't win this game. So that's just what it is, man. I'm going to go back and watch the second half of it. And I'll come back to you guys with a post-game video as always. And I thank you all for watching BDL 44. I'm out.